Through this speech, I want to tell what bag and what objects are really important for my life. But first, I want to ask some questions. Have you ever lived in another country? If yes, did you have some difficulties there? Living in another country is very difficult, but passing that time, you will see that it's very helpful for your life because you can learn new things, for example, new language. A Brazilian soccer player called Marta said, "Never give up, be confident." I think that to overcome your difficulties, you need to be confident. That's why Marta phrase is very important for our lives. Now, I want to talk about my bag. I chose this baggage because it was always with me when I had to move to another country. And the other reason is, I think that it can represent a global person. A global person is someone who knows about the world, that is, knows about the different cultures, countries, and languages. Talking about the world and different cultures, languages, and countries, I want to show my first object. My first object is my passport. I used my passport for the first time when I went to Brazil. I was born in Argentina and I lived there for 10 years. In 2010, I moved to Brazil and I lived there for 8 years. I remember that I didn't want to go to Brazil because I didn't want to leave my friends and I didn't want to learn a new language. My first 2 months in Brazil were so difficult because I didn't want to go to school, because I didn't know how to communicate with friends, teachers, and I didn't know how to do the homework and the test. But with my effort and my will to learn, I overcame that difficulty. Another object that I want to show is my Korean money. The Korean money represents my Korean culture. Living with my parents, I always involved with the Korean culture. I have to use Korean things like chopsticks, I have to eat Korean food, I have to speak Korean, and I have to follow some rules that came from the Korean culture. Something interesting in my life is that I am always involved with 2 cultures. At home, I am involved in the Korean culture, but outside, I am involved with another culture. For example, here in the United States, at home, as I say, I am involved in the Korean culture. But if I go to the school, I am involved with the American culture. Now, I want to talk about my United States life. The last object is my flight ticket that I use to come here to the United States. I'm really enjoying my United States life. I'm here for 4 months now, and I am learning new things, I am learning a new language, but I think that it was a really good chance for me to come here. In Brazil, I was a really lazy person. I didn't want to study, but I realized that I had to study. So I decided to come here for a new challenge and for a better future. In conclusion, I want to say that the flight ticket, the passport, and the Korean money, the baggage are so important in my life. They all changed my life. I want to say another thing that I want to say is that living in another country is very difficult. As a person that is living now in another country and live in another country too, I think that always difficult at the first time, but if you overcome the difficulties, you can be a successful man and you can be a better person. With your experience, it can be bad or good, but I really know that you can be a better person. I want to finish my speech with a quotation of Angelina Jolie. Our experience, good or bad, make us who we are. Thank you.